Hi, I'm Andrew Rixon, Lecturer of Entrepreneurship Innovation at Swinburne University, and I'd like to share 3 ways that stories can help social entrepreneurs, and particularly tackling social problems. In today's wicked problem environment, which has lots of complexity, there's a need for facilitative leadership. There's a need for collaborative working. And in fact, our first book, published from the Story Conference community in 2019, was called The Story Cookbook, Practical Recipes for Change. And it contains a lot of different recipes for how to work with groups in collaborative ways. So stories provide a very powerful way. In fact, Sarasvathi's entrepreneurial mindset has got the crazy quilt principle, which is all about working together in a collaborative fashion. So the first point is the need for collaborative working. The second point is that there's a need for social entrepreneurs, and particularly tackling social problems, to be able to develop rich insight into the problems that we're facing. And this is where stories provide a real opportunity as well. In our latest book, Making Sense of Stories, an Inquirer's Compendium, I actually talk more about the use of most significant change as part of a design thinking process. We're working in Melbourne with a significant 3 different local governments tackling risky drinking amongst young people. We use this approach to get some deep insights into the stories of young people, which was a real opportunity. So something to think about is how to develop rich insights through stories. The final way that stories can help social entrepreneurs is how to remain resilient through working through what can be often a very tough environment and journey. So storytelling, and particularly framing, being aware of the process of the story you're part of, particularly the hero's journey story, is a really powerful way that entrepreneurs and social entrepreneurs can be mindful and aware of how they're traveling. So for instance, in the hero's journey, it starts with the ordinary world, a call to adventure, refusal of the call, meeting the mentor, then crossing the threshold, onto the road, tests, enemies and allies, there's the inner cave ordeal, return with the elixir. And in our latest book, Making Sense of Stories, Elizabeth Gould actually talks in a great chapter around coaching entrepreneurs with the hero's journey story, which is a fantastic chapter, very interesting for social entrepreneurs. So these are 3 ways that stories can help social entrepreneurs tackle social problems, and that is by working collaboratively. Secondly, developing rich insight and apprenticing with the problem. And finally, how to remain resilient in your journey as a social entrepreneur.